In this video, we'll be showing you the many ways to add your DigitalOcean app as a trusted resource for a DigitalOcean managed database. There are three main ways to add your app as trusted. The first is the easiest and the recommended way, and it is simply to go to the app that you want to add to your database and click on its settings. And from here, you're going to want to add the database as a new component of your app. By default, they will set up a dev database. And when you create a new dev database for your app as a component, it will by default add your app as a trusted source, which is really nice. However, if you already have a database created in your DigitalOcean account, you could use previously created, select your database, and now they have this handy checkbox for adding your app as a trusted source. And now that's the quickest and easiest way to get set up as a trusted source for your app. However, it's not the only way, and this might not be best for your specific situation, in which case you might want to create a new database from scratch underneath the database tabs here. Create a new managed database. We're going to use Postgres, and we're just going to go with the default settings here. And I'll put it into San Francisco because that is where our app currently lives. And we will also have it into our demo projects here. Go ahead and create it. While that's creating, we'll be greeted with this Getting Started section. We could jump on into the second tab here where it says Add Trusted Source. So in these Trusted Sources dialog boxes here, they allow you to enter in many different types of information. The first one is the more expected one of the bunch. It's just a specific IP address. You could enter in, whatever IP address you wanted to enter into and hit enter, and it will automatically add it as a trusted resource for the database. However, you could also enter things like a droplet name, a Kubernetes cluster if you have one in DigitalOcean's. You can also enter what we're going to be using, which is our app name. And then any resource within our app will be able to access the database. And then you can also enter in tags. For example, demo in this case. If you enter in a tag, it provides access to the database for any droplets or Kubernetes nodes within that tag, which could be good, but might prevent you from, or might unexpectedly add resources to your database that you don't expect. So if you're going to use tags, be very specific about how you set up your tags and be well defined in that situation. I find that using specific droplets or apps is the way to go as far as adding them here. So the next way to add, if you already have a database created and you don't want to add it through your apps, is to go to your database that's already created and click on Settings for the database. And down here, we'll see we have a Trusted Source section. Now this Trusted Source section allows you to go and get the same type of trusted source text box that you have for the database when you create it in the Getting Started section. And you could enter in everything we just talked about: droplets, Kubernetes clusters, apps, or specific IP addresses. And that are the three ways to add an app as a trusted resource for a managed database on DigitalOcean.